unsettled scandals, the Electoral College today, the time of the I guess it's not Times Man of the Year anymore, Person of the Year, and so much more is going on. And join us to talk about all these sort of things. We have attorney and author Andrew Schatkin, and he's joining us to talk about, not only the premise that the media is taking when it comes to Donald Trump, but also the response of the people, I think. Andrew, welcome to the show. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm very well. I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to say a few words about on these issues. I think it's important that, for me, that the facts get out,
Absolutely.
I'm not sure the liberal media is giving us the facts.
Oh, man, I'm pretty sure they're not, to be honest with you. But let's start with the Time magazine thing, since that's what you started with. So he's named Person of the Year.
It was there's certain things in here that are really I don't know how I can say these things. For example, they say that he is a populist. I don't know what they mean by that, but populist refers to the people. I had always assumed we live in a democratic system, so I don't know why it's bad to be referred to as a populist. Populist is a person who takes account of the people in the society. No?
Well, I think what they're doing is they're using whatever terms that they can use to say that he's bad. At first it was nationalist, and then it was populist, and then then it was racist, and it was sexist. They're going to use any ist, and they're going to try to find a word that they can redefine in people's minds to the point to get them to believe it, and then try to push it home.
Let me tell you something about this. I see this about President Trump. He referred to as a racist. Apparently, as far as I can figure out, they as you say, they use this term to undermine the gentleman, but it's based on his view that people who are illegally here, to some extent, have no right to be here legally. That's not racism, I don't think. Not in my opinion. You violate the law. I mean, the fact that the law is enforced doesn't make the enforcer a racist.
Right. No? Right. Yeah. And that's why they have to try to push. To
say the truth, what really bothers me is this business of, they say he's a prejudice against Muslims. The facts are that quite the opposite. There have been a number. This is unfortunate. I'm not indicting the entire Muslim religious population. Far from it. As individuals, who knows? I'm sure they're very nice people. But these attacks, which have been a number of them, least in Ohio, have been, unfortunately, the result of Muslim thinking in some level. I'm sorry, it's a fact. No?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fact, and everybody knows it.
Do you realize that what's going on? This is a virtual Christian genocide on the part of the Muslim community in the Middle East. And there was a Coptic church in Egypt completely attacked, and about 75 people got killed. They are persecuting the Coptic church and Christians wholesale there. There was just recently, there was that attack. And I know that a number of Coptic Christians in Egypt were beheaded. I know that the missionaries of charity in Yemen, Mother Teresa's order, were attacked and killed. There is unfortunately, this is on the part of some Muslims, not saying all, seems to be their position about Christian people.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that's growing, and amongst refugees both into the U.S. and Europe, the approval and acceptance of violence towards non-believers is 40+%, so yeah.
Yes, as a matter of fact, if I could just say that I had looked through the Koran in preparation for this interview, and said another one. There are many references in the Koran directing Muslims. I'm not saying that all of them are bad as individuals. I'm not prepared to say that. But that is the statements in the Koran with respect to killing infidels.
Yeah.
And also there are...
How does that make you feel when you discovered that? How did that make you feel?
I they finally determined that this was, on some level, not everybody in that system is going to be this way. I don't say that. But to a certain extent, it is an element of Muslim thinking.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think would be a proper way to vet refugees? Since the FBI director is telling us we can't do it, and we've seen that the terrorist in Ohio was vetted, what would be your plan?
Well, let me say about can I say something about that Ohio incident?
You sure
can. It
can.
came out in a newspaper that the Somali refugees float over, before they come here, go to Pakistan for a number of years. I don't know what they're doing there, but you can draw your own conclusions. I don't know. But,
well, what's interesting is we've also had the Black Lives Matter leadership do the same thing. They've been flown over by terrorist organizations to train, and now they come back, and it makes you wonder, what were they doing there?
Well, that's it, you know. Also, what do I think about? I think that a person, particularly if they go there from here and seek to return, I honestly think that I'm not sure that they should be, if they go to all those countries from here and then seek to make a return here, there's a significant question mark in my mind whether they should be allowed in.
Yeah.
You know, and also there was this visa issue in California. They come on the visa. They stay here. I mean, it's intolerable.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So
and it's not let's on President Trump's part. It is a practical problem.
Yeah. It is. It's a very practical problem, but it's one that the media tries to convince everybody that if you talk out about it, you're racist.
That is completely untrue.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I hate to say it, but a person who attacks other people and kills them, who's racist? Not the people who are getting killed.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
The racism and hostility stems from, I'm not saying that all Muslims are bad. Probably 98% of them are perfectly nice, law-abiding people. I'm sure of it. But I still say that there has to be a monitoring process. Because within that community, there are people that do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. So, in addition to the immigration, then, you have Hillary who's saying that the Russians did it. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I really don't know enough about. I really doubt. I'd have to know the sources of her information. I don't know. I mean, she's saying these things, but I'd like to know the source of her knowledge.
Yeah, but, it's Hillary. Shouldn't we just believe Hillary?
I'm not commenting on that.
All right, stay where you are, sir. We'll continue this conversation right after the break.
Want to be the smartest person you know? Then keep listening. This is the Josh Tolley Show on GCN Radio Network.
This is Ben Gordon, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, Power Swabs is the answer. In 5 minutes, you'll see 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. There's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes, and you're done. To try Power Swabs, call 1-800-290-8480. Your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free. 1-800-290-8480. That's 1-800-290-8480.
What's it going to take? Another news story? You've heard about Infidel Body Armor for years. You know you should have a set. So should your wife. Things aren't getting better. They're getting worse. Thousands already wear Infidel Body Armor. Now get yours. Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com and check out today's specials. We make armor easy to understand and easy to purchase. InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Injury Help Desk is responsible for this advertisement. Principal office, Las Vegas, Nevada. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of the lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention heartburn drug users. If you or a loved one has taken Nexium, Prevacid, or Prilosec to treat heartburn, acid reflux, or indigestion, and suffered serious kidney damage, chronic kidney disease, or kidney failure, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Studies from the JAMA Internal Medicine indicate a significant increased risk of acute and chronic kidney disease from taking proton pump inhibitors. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with kidney failure or chronic kidney disease after taking Nexium, Prevacid, or Prilosec to treat heartburn, acid reflux, or indigestion, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Act now. Time is limited to file a claim. For a free consultation and free information, call Injury Help Desk now. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-225-8944. That's 800-225-8944. Again, 800-225-8944. Call now.
Are you happy washing your hands with harsh chemicals? Are you happy doing laundry with detergents? Are you happy paying high prices? Find your happiness with Pure Soap. These all-natural, earth-friendly Pure Soaps are the very best you've ever used. Buy in bulk. Get a 12, 36, or 48-month supply. Or get items individually and still save big. You're getting soap products twice as good as what you're using now. Earth-friendly and natural soaps. Your family deserves the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com. Why not put your money up the drain for a change? See them at 5starsoap.com or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog. Cal Ben Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils. See their full selection of soaps at 5starsoap.com. That's F-I-V-E starsoap.com. Or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog.
This is a life-changing message for anyone with sleep apnea who is on the go and tired of dragging around a big, bulky home CPAP device. Now there's finally a portable device that's as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. You can even add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. It's the Transcend Mini CPAP, and if you're one of the first 100 callers, you can try Transcend risk-free for 10 days. So call now, 1-800-441-9833. Transcend is the world's first portable mini CPAP device. It gives you the freedom to sleep in total comfort anywhere you are. Our smallest and most advanced portable design ever, Transcend is so small and so light, you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. To guarantee your 10-day in-home trial, you must be one of the first 100 callers to call minicpap.com now. 1-800-441-9833. Again, that's 1-800-441-9833.
Into this, is there a website or anything people can follow you at?
I welcome this. I welcome responses. I'm very glad that you gave me this opportunity. That frankly, some truth should be heard. Schatkin, SCHATKIN.com. And also, I have an international website. I do international law cases. ShatkinLaw.com.
Very good. So speaking of law cases, when you look at things like Hillary Clinton and the fact that the Clinton Foundation is still under investigation, that's above and beyond the emails, and the email thing hasn't really died yet either. What do you think the future holds for Hillary?
I can't say. Essentially, what happened to Hillary, and the Democratic Party and I have to say, the liberal group within that group of people have to face the fact they have been rejected. The people of this country, their thinking has been seen deficient. Donald Trump was elected because he addressed significant issues. Specifically, people not having jobs, which I don't think the Democrats are really prepared to be concerned about, and a significant problem. And also this issue of national security.
Yeah, exactly. So when you look at the issue of national security and you hear that, okay, the Russians may have influenced us, and of course, like you said, you don't really know where she's getting that. But there have been hacks from other countries. You know, China, Russia has hacked us. Mm-hmm. Do you think we're just living in a world where we're going to have to get used to this, and at some point it might lead to the dissolving of international borders?
I think we're at that point where this is the issue that Donald Trump really raised. They call it nationalism or populism. The issue is, are we going to have a super government of the international global elite? And or are we going to have our continued democratic system? That is one of the reasons that Donald Trump was elected.
Right. Yeah.
I want to say something else here, if I could. In this, I'm glad you gave me some time to talk about this. For example, in this Times article, they say she crushed Trump, Hillary Clinton crushed Trump among voters who cared most about experience and judgment and temperament, qualities that have typically mattered. This is a secret ballot. I'd like to know how they get that information. That the people who voted for Hillary Clinton, some kind of very bright or cosmopolitan people, is really what they're saying. How do they know that? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do they know they're also? I don't know. You can't fail to note this. That they're always saying the white working class voted for Donald Trump. There's two actors in this statement. And one, they're saying there's something bad about being working class. I'm a lawyer, but I work. Therefore, I'm working class. I don't happen to denigrate people who do physical and manual work. They call them working class. And again, I say to this, how do they know who voted for who? How do they know?
Well, they base that off of just how they base it. They base it off of exit polling if they decide to base it off of anything. If they don't base it off of anything, they just make it up in order to make it seem like, well, the people you hate are voting for this person, so don't vote for this person if you hate those other people.
So you think it's exit polls, huh?
Sometimes it's exit polls, but sometimes it's also they just make it up so you don't vote for whoever they're opposed to.
They're sort of like slandering Donald Trump, saying, "Well, these really, these people who are not so smart, these are the ones who voted." I think that's what they're saying.
Right.
But also, is an issue of, as I said, there's an implied statement. Oh yes, exit polls. Are people going to tell you the truth when they're leaving the polls? What are they going to? They're going to tell you who they voted for?
Right. Exactly.
I don't think so. Would you?
No, probably not.
Also, there was another thing in here about that he is sexist. I think they base it on, he had some joking words about women. I think partially it's this abortion issue. Personally, I'm pro-life. I'm a Lutheran Christian.
Yeah.
I'm pro-life because I put value on people, whatever the stage of life they're in. They could be 1-year-olds, they could be 90-year-olds, they could be disabled or retarded, or mentally challenged. And in this instance, this is an innocent who hasn't been born. Yes, I'm pro-life. It doesn't make me anti-woman. I mean, it makes me a person who sets a value on humanity.
And in many cases, it actually makes you pro-woman if you look at the issue,
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you're killing potentially a lot of female babies. Actually,
look what China did. 40 million of them.
And a lot of them, they say this, a lot of blacks and Latinos are victimized by massive abortions. This is not an issue of anti-woman. It's an issue, it's connected with minority rights. It's connected with women being allowed to come into existence.
Right.
No, he's not
exactly.
sexist. That statement is really gross. I mean,
yeah, it is. And when you look at who the sexist individuals were, it's definitely the Hillary campaign who puts forward these rappers who brag about abusing women, sing about it. So
yes, they did.
Exactly.
I looked through this thing here, and then they say 6 in 10 voters had an unfavorable view of Trump and didn't think he was qualified to be president. I don't know where they get this information. I mean, seriously.
I don't either.
Who voted for who, or what voted for what, or why they voted for anybody. I don't think that fact, that information is available. You say it thinks it polls, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, and then you can break it down, based on the county population maybe, or polling place population, and kind of get an estimate. But no, you can't really get it scientifically accurate, no.
And also, as for him being anti-woman, which is really, I don't think there's any evidence of that particularly. This is a man who ran a huge, successful business. He employs thousands of women, probably.
Well, not only that, his campaign is the first time that a woman has run a campaign for president, and it has won. So he didn't have a problem with a woman there. He also appointed the first woman to ever build a skyscraper in New York. He didn't seem to have a problem there.
Right.
So it's just selective. They want to make it seem like something it's not.
Right. Well, just looking through this thing, that I'm glad to you've been giving me the opportunity. I had to talk to you. I have the opportunity to hear you. You had some very, very valuable points to make that informed me.
Well, thank you, sir.
It's okay.
So let me ask you this: what do you think the first 100 days is going to look like?
I would hope that President Trump, and I think he will essentially fulfill his campaign promises. He appears to be doing that. He has recognized in helping workers who have lost their jobs. He's addressed the issue, a very significant issue, of outsourcing. And he's trying to really solve that problem. I think he's making I think he will address the problem by his appointments on Homeland Security. He is getting someone who is realistic about Muslim immigration.
Yeah.
I'm prepared to address it. And as I said, I'm not a racist, and neither are you.
Right.
But we all have to live in a world where we deal with the facts.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing. Whenever it comes to perceived issues, the facts are always based on perception, and that's part of the problem with political issues.
And I think that first of all, he's so far from racist. He's trying to save jobs, maybe mainly for minorities in the manufacturing sector. He's far from racist.
Yeah.